it's Morgan from the Treasure Trove and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a chatty get ready with me style video. I don't do these a lot because I like to sit down and listen to music when I do my makeup, but I found that the Creative Commons channel that I get my music from has a Spotify playlist, so I thought I would put that on and just like do a chatty style get ready with me video. So I'm just gonna be getting ready to go run a couple errands, and I thought I would just show me getting ready. So I'm going to start off by doing my foundation. I always used to do my foundation after I did my eye makeup, but lately I've been doing it before. I just like to get a nice base down before I map out what I do on my eyes, because I normally don't plan that at all, so it kind of gives me like a clean, fresh start to start thinking about what I'm putting on my eyes, if that makes sense at all. So first I'm going to go in with a primer, and I really only have one primer, and that is this Soothing Care Monostat Chafing Gel, and it's not like meant to be a face primer, but it's only $6 and the ingredients are very similar to the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, so that's why I use this and I really like it. It helps lock in the moisture on my face because I have very dry skin, and it keeps my foundation on all day without having to set it with a powder. So I'm just going to put this on. I've already like cleansed and moisturized my face. I try to take really good care of my skin even though I'm on a limited budget. Take a little bit. Like a very tiny bit. And I put it on the areas where I know my makeup wears off the most. I just kind of like pat it on and try not to rub it in too much. So I put it under my eyes. On my chin, which my makeup always comes off on my chin. A little on my forehead and down my nose. And just using that little bit helps a lot. So I always have to mix my foundations, as you guys know, so I always use this Wet n Wild's Coverall Cream Foundation in the shade Light to mix in with my darker foundations, because it is really light. And this winter I found that I didn't get as pale as I do in past winters, maybe because I actually got a tan this past summer, I don't know. So I'm not sure what I'm going to mix it with today. Probably my good old standby Alpha Flawless Finish Foundation. I love this foundation, but it is way too dark for me even in the lightest shade, which is Porcelain. So I just take it on this little palette here, squeeze out mostly this, because it is almost the right shade. And then I just put in a tiny drop of this. And then I just mix. And because I mix my foundation, I found that if I put on my primer, then mix my foundation, it gives it a good time for my primer to like sink in a little bit, because if I put it on right away, it tends to like ball up a little bit. So then once it's all mixed together, I just dot it all over my face. And then leave the remaining. Always gotta have baby wipe to wipe off gross product, because I have a really strange thing about like goopy stuff or anything really on my hands. I get super weird about it. I hate the feeling. I hate it. So I just normally buff that in with a Dress Up angled flat top kabuki brush. I like this one the best out of all the Dress Up face brushes I have. I used to only use the flat top one. But I found that I like the angled one more because it helps me get into like around my nose and all those spots. And I put it on avoiding my eye area because obviously I have terrible dark circles, and I found if I put foundation on, a corrector, and then a concealer, and then a powder, it looks really cakey and really bad. So I just don't put foundation there to avoid the caking. I just pat it on my chin, because my chin needs the most coverage because I have lots of acne scars there. And I like my foundation to just be a thin layer. I don't like it too full coverage because I like my skin showing through, because I don't think my skin is that bad. It just needs a little bit of evening out. And I have like real freckles. I don't know if you can see. Like Irish style freckles all here, and I don't like to completely cover those up. So I just put that on in downward stroking motions like this. Put it on my forehead. This mega giant pimple is super red. This camera, guys, it always stops recording at like the worst parts. It overheats a lot, so it just stops recording by itself, and it's really frustrating. Like when Brian and I did the Bean Boozled video, it shut off like a million times. It was so frustrating. Then I just take the excess that's left on my brush and run it along the crook of my neck here, just to get it off mostly. I try to always match my foundation to my neck, because that is like, it drives me freaking nuts when my foundation doesn't match my neck. I don't want to take it down on my neck. I don't have time for that. I don't want it to get on my clothes, because you guys know I wear a lot of vintage clothes and a lot of them can't be washed. I have to dry clean them, so if foundation gets on it, it's just a big mess. So I just really just wipe the excess there. And then I always clean off my palettes with my baby wipe. Baby wipes, best makeup secret ever. Alright, then I'm gonna go in with my favorite corrector at the moment, which is this Coastal Scents concealer. Here, I'll show you. So this Coastal Scents palette, if you've watched my other videos, you know that I got this, and it used to have the foam insert in it. I recently ripped that out to make room for all the crap, all the stuff that I got in that Ulta All Things Beauty collection that I got for Christmas. And I found out that the magnets are only where the shadows are here. So like where the foam holes, like the holes for the shadows were in the foam, is where the magnets were. So if you're gonna buy this as an alternative for a Z palette and rip it out, just be aware that the whole thing is not a magnet like I thought, which is fine. Like this square one fits in here fine, these all fit in here fine, but they just aren't as secure as they would be in a regular Z palette. And I got this for $2.50, so I'm not really complaining. So I have all my Coastal Scents shadows, and I have some Mary Kay stuff here. These shadows are Mary Kay, these are Mary Kay blushes, this is a Mary Kay bronzer, and then all my Ulta All Things Beauty things that I got here, the shadows, the concealers, the highlighters, the blushes, the contour powder, and then this little guy in the corner is my Coastal Scents concealer in the shade 3, and it is an amazing corrector for my under eye circles. You can see that I've already hit pan on it. That's how much I use it. So I just take that on my finger, because I found that blending it in with my finger is the best, because it's such like in a cream pot like that. And I just blend it into my gross circles, only where the dark hyperpigmentation is, because it looks kind of crazy if you put it not. It's because it's a corrector, it looks really weird on regular pigmented skin. I take it across my eye. You see the difference there? This is it. I'm pretty happy with that. Right now I'm going to go over that with a regular concealer, and I'm going to go in with this concealer right here. It's in the shade Light, I think, from the Ulta All Things Beauty collection that I got for Christmas. And I wasn't sure how I felt about these concealers at first, but I found that the more that I wear them, the more I like them. They're very, I didn't expect concealers from like a makeup set to be good at all, but I found that they're very greasy. And I actually really like that, because I have very dry skin, and it helps. It doesn't end up looking cakey. Once I set it, it ends up looking just right and not drying out my under eye area. So I just take that on a small rounded edged kabuki brush from Dress Up. I really like these small ones. and just go over the corrector with it just to get a little bit brighter of an under eye area because my dark circles are out of control. And I don't like my concealer under my eyes to be like 8,000 shades lighter than my actual skin, which that's hard to find anyway because I'm very pale, but this is just like a little bit lighter than what I am right now. And that's perfect. I don't want it to be a bunch of shades lighter because I think that I look really, really strange with a super bright under eye area. And I do not put this on my eyelid because my eyelids, I have very, very dry skin except my eyelids. My eyelids, if you can see, they're like already shiny. They're so oily. They break down everything. It's ridiculous. I don't know how that happened or how that works, but just my skin. It's really annoying actually because all my eyeshadows always break down no matter what primers I use. All my eyeliner, everything. This one fits all on. I like to take my fake beauty blender that I got at the dollar store and spray it with some water just to dampen it a little and just bounce that over where I put the concealer because it soaks up all the excess concealer and it helps up the creasing and it just helps it blend into my skin better because things tend to cake up under my eyes and I just hate how that looks, and eventually it dries out my under eyes and it feels very uncomfortable. This stops it from doing that as much because my whole goal is to make my skin look healthy and very natural. I hate being able to tell when I'm like wearing makeup. Which maybe that's asking too much, but that's just how I've always been. Once that all is all done, I set my under eyes, and only my under eyes or chin normally because my eyes always crease. I've always had these creases in my eyes. No matter what I do, things settle in there. It's just how my eyes are. Whatever. So I take my favorite, this is my favorite powder ever. It's great for people with dry skin. It does not dry me out at all. And it actually adds like a nice natural finish to my skin. It is the Milani Multitasker Face Powder. I always forget the name of it because it just says face powder on the front and the real name is on the back. And this is in the shade 2, which is light medium. Now look at this. Does that look like light medium to you at all? It is so white. And I like it because it has a yellow undertone. I am like a neutral undertone leaning more towards warm, and a lot of cool face powders end up looking crazy on me, so I like this one a lot. So I just take that on a mini flat top dress up kabuki. Oh my god, there's something in my eye. Oh my god. Ow. Even the time that I was talking to you, this already has creased. I tap away the excess and then just press it into my under eye area. It stops it from creasing the best, like the most. It'll still end up creasing, but there's not a lot you can do. Alright, now I'm going to do my eyes, and I'm not really quite sure what I'm going to do, but I need to do something to make them look less small and beady, because that's how they look most of the time. Alright, I think I'm going to do what I've been doing a lot lately, which is using this Wet n Wild liquid eyeliner in the shade Trim with Lace, which is just a white liquid eyeliner. It's part of their spring collection. As soon as I saw it, I ran out and like had to get it. I'm gonna do a double wing with the white and the black. I really like doing that lately. It's just really simple, no eyeshadow, no nothing like that. But first I'm going to just fill my eyes a little bit more with this Color Tattoo, Maybelline Color Tattoo in the shade Just Beige, and this is limited edition, so I know I'm so rude, please hate me. I wish that they would make these permanent, because this and the nude pink one, because they're just like the MAC Painterly paint pot and MAC Soft Ochre paint pot, and they work really well. And I found these at the Dollar Tree, so I got them for only $1, and it kills me that they are limited edition. And yeah, just get it all on my eyebrow. That looks really good. Alright, see, that just creates a nice, like, natural looking base. It doesn't brighten my eyelids too much, because I don't like when they're super bright. They look really unnatural and strange. So how I do a double wing is I make a bigger wing with the color first, and then I go over it with a black. So I'm going to try to do this on camera as best as I can, but I have to get really close to the mirror normally to do like winged eyeliner. So I really like this white eyeliner. It is way more opaque than I thought it was going to be. And it was only $3. I kind of feel like I'm drawing with white out on my eye. Takes me back. Oh. So there's that. Well, even enough for me. I always look like that crazy person with completely different unmatched wings, because I go crazy if I try to fix them and it ends up looking even crazier, so I'd rather they just not match. So then I'm going to go in with my black liner, which is this Colormates liquid eyeliner from the Dollar Tree, and let me tell you, I really like the formula of this eyeliner, but the applicator is kind of nuts. It has a huge learning curve. It is a quill tip. You put the rubber quill tip on directly on your eye, and it makes it so easy to mess up, but it also allows you to get a really precise point. So it took me a really long time to get used to this. I can do a full review on it, so I probably will. So I just kind of get the excess off the quill tip, because if you have too much, it ends up getting really crazy really quickly. So I'm just going to go over where I want the black on this white. Just like trace along the bottom with it. Even? Pretty even. Pretty proud of myself there. I'm just going to take a almond colored base, nude base, in my waterline to get rid of the redness. I normally don't put any color, like black or what have you, in my waterline, because it makes my small eyes look even smaller and like really beady, so it just helps if I just put a nude color there. Now I'm just going to put on mascara, which I've been using the Maybelline Falsies. Mainly just to use it up, because I don't really like it that much, and I have a new package of my favorite Rimmel one, and I want to finish this one before I open that one, because I just don't want this one hanging around. Ah! There's still something in my eye. I always get something in my eye in my videos. Mostly cat hair. I feel like there's just something always in my eye all the time. Like, I'll be driving and all of a sudden I'll just spaz out because something fell in my eye. And that's the scariest when you're driving, because then you can't see. And seeing is kind of very important for driving. So, oh my god, seriously. Like, I I seriously can't see anything. What is in my eye? See, that's why I don't like this mascara. Look at this side, how clumpy it is compared to this side. Why? Why are you so inconsistent? I also cannot use this on the bottom lash line at all because it'll flake everywhere, and for some reason when I put it on my bottom lashes, it flakes into my eye instead of when they're on the top, which I don't even know how that's possible, but it's just what happens. And of course I always get mascara all over my eyelid. That's what happens. So I'm just going to use the remainder of my old Lash Accelerator. Almost have run out of on my bottom lashes. This is seriously my favorite mascara. I've gone through so many tubes of it. Oh yeah, just smear it. Just smear it. Yep. That's just how my day goes every day. Smear and mascara all day, every day. I find that this one does transfer a little bit to like this part of my under eye, but I haven't found a mascara that doesn't do that to me. This one just does it the least, so that's part of why I love it so much. And it also is the Endless formula, which says that it has some like Grow Lash serum, and I don't even know if it works or not. I could not tell you if the serum actually works. I just noticed that this says it's a fiber mascara. It is not a fiber mascara. What are they talking about? Does the new one say that? Grow Lash Complex and Fibers Mascara Microfiber Formula. Guys, it does not add like fibers to the end of your lashes. I can promise you that. I don't know why they say that. Okay, anyway. Now I'm just gonna keep my crazy brows in place. I really don't do like any brow maintenance besides just pluck off the ends that grow down here. I kind of like my crazy untamed eyebrows, so I'm just going to keep them in place with this e.l.f. Clear brow gel. It's dual-ended one. I'm hoping that I can find another one of these. I've had this one for a while and it's running out and getting kind of gross, and I got this at Dollar Tree and I really love it, and it was, I haven't seen it at Target or anything, so I'm hoping they didn't do. My card ran out of space. Fun. Okay, so anyway, I did my eyebrows, so now I'm just going to contour a little bit. I don't ever crazy contour because that is just not who I am. So let's dig this out. I don't know. Brian got this for me for Valentine's Day, and I've been using it a lot and I really like it. I think I'm going to do a whole review on it. It's the City Color Contour Effects on the Go palette, and I'm going to use this shade right here just for a little cheekbone contour, nothing crazy. I like to use this pointed kabuki to do it, just a little bit. This color might look scary, but it really ends up not being that scary. So I just like to define the hollows of my cheeks because I do have a natural shadow there. And when I put on foundation, it takes it away a little bit, and then I look like I have a giant moon face. So I just like to go back in and add just a little bit there. Nothing crazy. And I really like this color because it is almost the exact same shade as the natural shadow I get right there. So it looks supernatural. Supernatural. Not supernatural like demons and ghosts and stuff, like supernatural. And sometimes I like to run it along here because I like to define this a little bit more because sometimes my neck just blends into my chin. We have Erin Hansen neck all the time.
To the insurance company that tried to break my heart.
There. Looks natural, right? Nothing crazy? Okay, good. Now I'm going to highlight, and I'm going to highlight with this shade right here. I love this highlighter. It looks kind of scary, like stark white, but it doesn't look like that. It looks super nice, and just like you're glowing from within. It doesn't look like you have glitter on your face, which this one tends to look like that a little bit more. So I just take this e.l.f. small taper brush. It's my favorite highlighting brush. Just put a little bit of that, and I just highlight right here. Get down the bridge of my nose. Right here, but not too much because I don't want to look like I have a snot highlight that is gross. And now that my breakout on my chin is gone, I'm going to just put some on my chin. When I have like a really bad breakout here, I don't put any here because I don't want to emphasize any of the texture from the pimples. So it's really nice. See how like natural it looks? I really like it. Now I'm going to use blush, which is one of my favorite things to use. I'm going to use this e.l.f. What am I talking about today? This Ulta blush that came in the Ulta All Things Beauty set. This really pink one here. It's a little shimmery. It just makes me look like I have a healthy glow, and I'm going to use it on this already dirty stippling brush. Don't judge me. I just put it like right in between the contour and the highlight where you're supposed to put a blush. Go figure. Now I just go over everything with this buffer brush from Coastal Scents, and I love this brush for this purpose. I just go over my contour and my blush and my highlight and blend it all together and soften it a little so I don't look like I have clown blush on, because I noticed that that's one thing that I am at fault of doing a lot, is not blending my blush into my cheek area right here, and it ends up looking like crazy clown blush. So I'm actually going to do my lipstick off camera because I have like a minute of space left on this card. I'm just going to use one of my favorite everyday lipsticks, which is the e.l.f. moisturizing lipstick in the shade Pink Mix. So I'll be right back. And there's the finished look, guys. I'm ready to go out and do what I have to do for the day. I hope you enjoyed this chatty get ready with me style videos. I really kind of like doing these because maybe I'll start doing more like talk through tutorials, because doing voiceovers is really hard for me, and if I can just explain step by step, especially because I have a royalty free playlist, I really like listening to music and just getting into like a creative headspace, as weird as that sounds. To do my makeup. I hate when it's just dead silent. Now that I found a royalty free playlist I can listen to, maybe that'll help me a little bit. So thumbs up this video if you liked it, subscribe if you want, and remember, stay cheap and lazy.